This is a basal bud here. It's actually hard to qualify whether this is basal. There's a very small gap here. So some people would even call this the basal bud and that the basal bud. So I would say that you could cut it here and say that's a 2-bud spur, or you could cut it down like that. If it's borderline, this vine has good growth. I'd see leave the extra bud, you'll get more growth. And the whole problem with spur pruning is these spurs here can keep getting extended up every season. So your whole goal is to prevent that from happening. After, if you gain 2 inches after 10 years, you're up to here. So you're trying to keep it down. So the idea is every time you have an opportunity to cut it low. So you're removing as much of this, but you still have one good 1-year and 2-year wood. A cane is this 1-year cane. Wood is what we call a cane. A spur is this position. So basically what I left here, well, in a year from now it'll look just like this. This is what was left last year, this little piece here, and it expanded with the growth over the season. Grew out 2 shoots from this one spur position and 1 from this bud here. So it'll grow 1 from here and 1 from here and likely 1 from here. When you have the opportunity to prune a vine, sometimes it's not so clear cut. You want to keep the spurs all spaced out, like see, we'd say a hand and a thumb apart approximately. So there's the spacing as the vine was established from its early growth. It kept them spaced out that sort of about a hand and a thumb apart. Here we have a less good example, because if I leave this is growing from 3-year wood. This is 2-year wood here. You can see that this was cut last year here. So this is actually 3-year wood. And the fertility, the grapes that come off of these buds will likely not carry as much fruit as the ones that come from the 2-year buds. So my compromise is, do I want to leave that or go for the production of going out, but then allowing this to get extended? Personally, I would cut it here, be done with it. The other way you could do it would be to leave one spur out like this and fork it, and then leave a small spur here, and then maybe a year from now you could have an opportunity to do something of that. Personally, I'll just cut it like this. This side is good for getting flush, right? Because you have this little rib on the bottom that pokes out that holds you from being able to cut clean. A little bit of a congestion problem. This shoot is growing into that spur over there, and as it enlarges, it's just going to get worse. So this is one scenario where I might cut that off and go for this one because of the congestion. And this is another situation where this spur, this cane that we're looking at here, is nice and fat, likely to give a good crop. This little one down here is spindly. It should be at least a pencil size to expect a good crop off of it. So what I would do with this one is not cut this all. This is really not ideal. You won't get good crop if you make this your primary spur. So what I would do is I would actually leave one little bud at the bottom for next year, and that would give you something to prune to next year. And in the meantime, you can maintain your crop level by keeping this out here. They set us in front of the vines to wait for several minutes. So I sat there, instead of just standing there staring at the sky or talking, I looked at all the cuts and had it all figured out before I made the cut, before it was even time to start pruning.